who will be going up against the Marlins and Sandy Alcantara. That is the one and only Clayton Kershaw. Hi, Kersh.
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Thanks for doing this. Appreciate it. And I hope I gave you the heads up. You are pitching Friday.
I knew that, but I didn't know I was pitching against Alcantara, so that's good to know. I think I have a knock against him, so it's good.
Hey, speaking of knocks, I saw you taking batting practice before the game today. We got to talk about you becoming the secret weapon off the bench as a pinch hitter. Is this a new trend?
I mean, not for much longer. I punched out twice. I mean, to my defense, Tim Hill's not a fair matchup for me. That's really difficult. And then Milwaukee, I don't really have an excuse. I probably should have put that one in play. But all to say, I think we got some guys that can do it. Julio actually is all right, but yeah, pitchers hitting again. There's a lot of fun stuff happening in extra innings, so that's fun.
You're actually making my case for no DH. You actually are making that case for me.
I mean, I think it's a better game, and baseball is a two-sided game, and you should be able to have to do both. But at the end of the day, I think we're probably gonna lose, Dave. It's probably gonna be a DH at some point.
Hopefully they don't move the mound backwards too, right? You won't like that.
No, I think I'll just retire if that happens. I need all 60 feet I can get.
And last night, Clayton, big come from behind victory. I don't want to call any win in May must win or huge, but how good did that feel to come back and win and have a good feeling about a win?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that was like you said, it is May, but that was a big win. I think Walker kept us in the game. He gave up 4 hits. 3 of them just happened to leave the yard, so that's tough. But he got through 7, and then to see the guys come back like that, Sieg with the big hit right there, right after Mookie's questionable strike 3 call, which was tough. That was just showed a lot of fight. And then for Lux to hit that homer right there was huge. He's been grinding, and for him to get that one was awesome for him and for us.
I feel like I could bring this up with you since you guys won last night. You say Kikuchi, the Mariners starting pitcher last night. Were you aware of how much he idolized you when he was pitching in Japan?
I don't know about all that, but yeah, I remember when the Dodgers were looking at him. I think I did something to maybe like a little recruiting video or something to get him over here. So I think the Dodgers were interested at one point, but he looked good last night, man. I mean, that's kind of the stuff that you saw in Japan with that, fastball up to 98, the cutter, slider, and he's tough. He's tough when he's throwing strikes for sure.
Do you know he came out to the same song that you do when he pitched in Japan?
Yeah, no, I think he did that in Seattle too. When we saw him pitch in Seattle, I remember hearing that, and so that was yeah, that's cool, man. It makes me feel old, but that's cool.
Yeah, that might be happening more because the league is not that you're old, but the league is trending younger, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, the game's changing. Some for good, but some for bad as well. So it's been an interesting time to be a baseball player right now for sure.
What would you say the best part of the game changing and progressing, and maybe some of the worst part of it?
Well, I mean, I think guys expressing their personality is great. I'm all for that, and I think there's just a line that we don't need to cross as far as celebrating and things like that, because I always think that it's not even showing up the other team. I just think that you're bringing attention on yourself, and this game is not a one-man game. This game is a humbling game, and I think at some point I just think about my son Charlie, and I think about the guys that I want to watch him play, and it's the guys that just play like they've done it before and they've always done it, like the Chris Taylors of the world, the Mike Trouts of the world, the Justin Uptons of the world. These guys that just go about it, and you go watch them play because they play really well. And so I don't want to lose sight of that. I don't want it to be a theatric thing. I don't want it to be an entertainment thing. I want people to come because guys are really good at what they do and they do it the right way. But at the end of the day, I'm all for people celebrating and doing different things like that. If that's what they, it's spur of the moment emotion and things like that. I'm all for that.
A big strikeout, something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, even celebrating a homer, Luxie last night, he was fired up. That was a big homer, big moment, and that wasn't choreographed. He just did that on his own, and that's emotion. That's part of the game. And yeah, you're gonna get fired up if you strike somebody out and things like that. But once again, it's one man's opinion. There's a lot of different lines that it's too hard to get it all jumbled, but that's just my thoughts on it.
Hey, that's the way you've played the game since 2008. And before that, you've respected the game. And I know how much you care about that.
Yeah, this game's special, man. And I think, once again, I think the youth and the movement that's going on right now is great. And I do think it is entertaining. But I want to watch these guys that are coming up. I want to watch these guys playing because they're really good at baseball and they have a special talent and they showcase that as opposed to maybe some of the other theatrics.
Have you had to reel in Charlie when you play in the backyard? Is Charlie pimping home runs off of you?
Not yet. No, he's not doing that. I told him when he gets paid to play the game, we can talk about
it. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, I see your tire commercial a lot more now during games.
It's there. I know.
It's not very realistic because you thought about throwing a changeup. That did not sell me on buying tires.
You know what, Dave? I think about throwing a changeup a lot. Like, I'm like, this guy is a perfect candidate. But just for some reason, I blame it on Barnesy. Barnesy won't ever call it, you know? Barnesy's a big strengths guy. Just go with your strengths. So it's all Barnesy's fault, basically.
You know, I did ask Barnes if him and AJ Ellis were drowning and you can only save one of them, who would he choose?
What did he say?
Well, you know, catchers are servants. So he said probably AJ, you would save AJ.
Yeah, AJ's older, so he probably would need the life rafts. I think Barnesy could get out. AJ's he's withering away. He's on this new diet, so he looks way too skinny. He probably needs some help.
I think Barnes would have to have water wings anyway if he was on a boat with you.
That's true. Barnesy would need floaties. Sure.
Oh man, great catching up with you. And I know this was better for me than it was for you as far as an experience. So thank you.
Dave, I had a blast. Always. I'll see you in October in person.
All right. The next interview, October, right?